Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Divakar Sinha. I'm going to give you details about what are the different version control management systems, Git, GitHub, and different kinds of its utilities. So, just a brief introduction about the different kind of version control system. Then I will give a demo about it. Just wait for its opening. So, version control systems is a tool that helps track changes to files and manage projects, updates and efficiently. So basically it's a repository which helps us to manage and track our source code, helps developer various persons who are working on the same projects, helping them uh, to maintain their work, collaborate their work. Also if there is unnecessary events, so we can rolling back, and also prevent accidental loss and improve collaborations and code review process. So types of version control systems: localized, centralized and distributed. So localized means everything done on the file system and there is no track changes and everything need to be done manually. So it's very remote and primitive idea which was used before any version control systems came into picture. Then centralized version control systems where is a single connection is required, internet is required for accessing that single point of location where all the data are stored, and if that data has been crashed or corrupted, then all the data lost. Then comes into picture of distributed version systems where um, multiple layers of repositories are there. One repository will be stored in your own system, laptop. Another repository will be stored in the remote repository, that will be GitHub. So first you check in and make your code available in remote systems, and then if you save it in your first you change it in your local system, then you make changes in your local repository. Then after you are fully confident about the changes, you put it in the remote repository. Usually it was put in the branch and then it was put in main. What is branch and main we will discuss later phases, later further videos. So these are different understanding of Git. What is Git? Is stage, unchanged, untracked changes. So I will show you what is all those things. Give you the only the important commands. So let me go to the Visual Studio, because Visual Studio is very intelligent editor. So it helps us to perform implementations or coding very easily. So first we go to Visual Studio, open a folder. So I go to Devops and then I create a folder Git demo. Select folder. So I create a new folder in Git demo. Now I go to the GitHub repository. So you have to log in actually. It's like you create in GitHub, enter, and then everything will be saved in GitHub. You have to log in. I have already logged in, so you have to log in, and then this kind of UI will come into picture. Then you have to create a repository, remote repository. Either you create here new, or you can go via here repository, or you can go via here repository. There are three ways you can create a repository. So I'm clicking here new. I'm create repository Devops Git demo. This is my first Git repository. I make it public. I create a readme file. Basically readme file is where we write about what the repository is about, what work is there. So I make it public. Public means everybody can access, private means only me and the persons who are added to the repository can access. So I create repository. So a repository has been created, you can see everything is there. Now this is repository on the remote location. I need to put in my I need to bring in my GitHub. So what I will do, before that I need to install Git. So there is Git SCM, download, and then you install Git. So you install Git and then Windows, and then click here to download. So you install Git. I have already installed. Just it says usual software. How you check your Git is been installed? You go to command prompt and then type git dash version. Enter. So if you see such kind of statement, that means Git is installed. So now if you Git is installed, so you go to Visual Studio Code, and then obviously this kind of icon is there, that means Git is, if you are downloading Visual Studio. So I hope you all of you know how to download Visual Studio. So Visual Studio Code, go to Visual Studio Code and then download, and then Windows, and then user installer. So you install, and then like all other softwares, and this kind of thing will come, UI will come. Usually it comes with pre-configured Git, because Grease is very much basic nowadays. So this Visual Studio comes with the Git. This means it's there. And also if you click here, you go to terminal. If you install Git, you will see, you can type here git dash version. So you can see this thing. Also you can see git dash. This is one type of terminal. Close this. Like this kind of, you can see. You type git dash version. So you can see Git is installed. And clearing clear. Now I go to this. It's already Git demo. So now this is the remote repository. Sorry, this is the remote repository. I want to bring it inside our Visual Studio. So what I will do, I will basically go here, click this, and then go to Git Visual Studio. I type git clone and then paste this. So you can see a folder has been created in the same name which repository is created. If I open this folder, I can see this readme file is there. And then cd Devops Git demo. So this is how I create a clone my Git repository. Now if I want to make some changes, I go to next line. Okay, sorry, before next line, every time if you are making changes, you have to know, you have to sure that there are some files which are present in your local repository but not present in your remote repository. That means this file is till that much, there is nothing there. So if I am making changes, like I am making changes like hello world, save. So you can see M means modified. That means I have modified this file, but this modification is not reflected here. There is nothing here. So how to make this reflection? First I need to add, as I said, Git is a layer wise repository. That means I have a repository inside my system. This is actually not inside repository. This is changes inside my file system, and then I will push these changes in my repository in my local machine, and then I will again push these changes from my local repository to the remote repository. Remote repository means this, and local repository, uh, yeah, local repository means you will see like am, this kind of thing will not there. That means it's working tree. So if I type git status, that is, it is said this modified, this file has been modified, no changes added or commit. So I need to commit, so I need to add these files to my tool. So git add and then readme.md. If I space tab, then automatically it is auto complete. So this is one way to add. So it is added. Now I type git commit -m updated readme file. So this is a command git commit for pushing my changes from my local file system to my local repository. So this is enter. You can see m has been gone. That means this file is updated in my local repository, but it is still not reflected here. If I refresh, there is no changes. So what do I need to do? I need to write git push origin name. So git push is the pushing my code from my local repository to remote repository. Origin is the repository name, though you may say that repository name is Devops Git, but internally Git considers every repository which I am linked to, because I am linked to this Devops Git demo with this. So Git considers this as alias as origin. Origin is the alias for this repository. So git push origin main. Main is the branch. Means every repository has, I can make a partition main, and then any other I can give name. You can see this is main, and there is other main. I can make n number of copies or n number of partitions of my repository. So I can put some final changes on my main, then I can create some other partition, like I can give it feature 1. I put some codes which I am testing in these other branches. So I am putting main, so this main is there. And then I press enter. So this changes has been done. So if I go and then refresh, hello, because this is I have not posted in done. I have not posted in new line. Maybe if I put the then maybe it's a new line. And then I get add. Some lagging on my system. Okay, git status, not a git, okay, sorry, I have not Devops Git status So readme file has been changed, so I git add dot means all changes will be added to my working repository, and then git commit -n, and then added line break, enter, git push origin name. I am pushing my changes from my local repository to remote repository. So if I go to my remote repository, I refresh, I will see hello world in the new line. So this is a one piece of video. I will be creating another video for other things. Keep being with me. Thank you.